Well, I think it's time for a new mug. The Thanos mug is really sweet. So good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. But I want that sweet Kang mug now. I gotta find a Kang mug because let me tell you before we get to the Nintendo news of the day, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is really cool. It has rotten reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, a 49 on Metacritic, and it's awesome. I love the movie. I laughed out loud, and Kang is going to be such a good villain. So what's up, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hope you're all doing fantastic. Let's kick into the Nintendo news. We've got Nintendo, like the title says, removing characters from certain games, which is a choice. It's a choice. We'll talk about that. First, I want to bring to your attention Octopath Traveler 2. Reviews dropped this morning, and it got an 86 on Metacritic, which is super good. They're saying it's one of the best JRPGs on the platform and then improves on the original in every way. But they're also saying if you don't like JRPGs, like this isn't going to change that. It is a very tried and true JRPG, but it's best in the business in terms of its gorgeous HD 2D, its awesome battle system, and its interwoven storyline that seems to be better and more well-developed than last time. Octopath Traveler 1 surprised me, and I enjoyed it, although it did get a bit long in the tooth. This game is like 60, 70, 80 hours long. That scares me. Do games like that scare you? Like, I always get so nervous when I'm excited to play a game, and then I see that time frame, and I'm like, oh gosh, if I know I'll probably never finish it, is it worth even starting? I don't know if you guys feel like that, but my life is so busy that the idea of a 70, 80 hour game, I don't know. I want to try it because it got great reviews, and I did like Octopath 1, and the 2D HD is chef's kiss. So we will be checking that out at some point soon. Hopefully, they send over a code for me to see. Now, Super Nintendo World opened a couple days back, and it looks awesome. I'm planning a trip at the end of the month. Just want to let you know. Some people have DM'd me asking, like, am I going? Am I going to be there? Sadly, I did not get invited on the... Miyamoto? No, just an advertisement. Sadly, I did not get invited to the press event. I could tell you the whole story of how Nintendo don't like me no more. It's sad. I haven't made it public. Maybe one day. But I will be going towards the end of the month to Super Nintendo World. I'll be making videos, checking out the merch, riding the ride, giving you guys a review of that, and bringing all that content here to the channel. So that should be super fun. I'm so excited. You know how much I love getting excited, and I love like Disney and Nintendo and theme parks. So it'll be really great. But let's talk right here about something that I think is important, interesting, and it's just going to be the big topic for a bit here, okay? Nintendo is removing characters from a game in order to improve performance. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have had a rough go of it. In terms of sales and dollars, no. They've had a great go of it, the best go of it. 20+ million copies in 6 weeks is insane. Nintendo, though, has faced a lot of backlash and pressure to patch this game and make it right. A while back, they released patch 1.1 that made some fixes, and late last night, they announced patch 1.2, which is going to make even more fixes. At first blush, this is a long list, and part of the problem is there's so much that they needed to address, it feels like, how the heck did they not do this in the first place? Now, I'll be clear, I love Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. I think those games are fantastic, but when I saw this list, it did make me think a bit of how did Nintendo release this game in the state that it was? Like, they're fixing bugs for Terra Raid battles that prevent an opposing Terra Pokemon's HP gauge from properly reflecting damage. That is a big bug. That is not like, oh, when you walk into the corner in Pallet Town and you press XYXA, you accidentally glitch into the wall and get stuck. No, this is like the HP gauges don't properly display health. But they're fixing it. They're fixing a lot of other Terra Raid battle issues. They're fixing battle issues, some specific ones. Dondanzo, Tatsugiri. If a Pokemon terrestrializes after using Destiny Bond and then faints, the effects of Destiny Bond will fail to activate. This will be fixed. So they're getting very specific there. But let's talk about the big one and how this makes you feel. Like, I really want your true emotion. We will address an issue that can cause the game to forcibly close. Okay, so this is the game crashing. And it says, as a result of this fix, there may be a reduction of Pokemon displayed in certain towns or in the wild. They are removing characters from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. The amount of Pokemon we see and trainers we see is going to go down in order to help fix performance. Now, that is not a normal type of fix, in my opinion. A normal fix would be, hey, we smooth things out, we ironed the code, now it runs a little bit better, the frame rate could see jumps of 5 to, like other games, Cyberpunk comes to mind, the GTA trilogy, where they work to boost things. This is addition by subtraction, and it feels weird to me. It feels weird to me that the fix for this game is to actually reduce the amount of cool stuff that's going on. My favorite part of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is the big open world. My favorite part is how you'll see Pokemon randomly on a rock, up here where you didn't expect them, down there. It's great. It makes you feel like it's a lived-in, real place. It's the best Pokemon has ever been, in my opinion, for like being a part of the Pokemon world. Like, they're real. I'm in this world. The idea that they have to remove stuff to get the game to not crash is problematic. I don't think it ruins the games, and I still love them. Like I said, I think the finale to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is balls to the wall bananas, and I can't wait for the DLC. We better get it soon. But this whole thing is just a bit weird. This game makes so much money. This game was guaranteed to sell millions. This game is humongous for Nintendo, and it's odd that they didn't put the same level of quality into it that we tend to expect from Nintendo. Is it because they didn't have enough time? Is it because the Switch is underpowered? I don't know. I hope one day we get to the bottom of it, because I feel like it's just, this isn't really the fix that I wanted. I really would like to see them improve frame rate and performance, not remove things so that the game doesn't crash. Now, maybe they're trying very hard, and it does say that they're adding features as well. Like, they're adding stuff, new functionality to the Pokemon boxes. From a Pokemon summary, players will be able to change the nickname, markings, held items, mark, ribbon-related titles, reorder moves, have Pokemon remember moves, have Pokemon forget, use TMs. Like, they're making the Pokemon boxes, it sounds like, much more functional. And they do note at the end, we are planning further features and bug fixes not listed. Please check back for full details. They are going to be adding even more once this drops. As of right now, it is scheduled to come out at the end of the month. So we've got, about 10, 11, 12 days before this releases, and maybe they can add even more. But how do you feel about the fix for a game being removal of stuff? I just find, for a company that is swimming in money right now, maybe they could do more. And I don't know about the code. I don't know how this is developed. It just feels a little crappy when you know that the thing is like the most giga successful thing in the video game space. And this is kind of the result we get. The game's been out for 3 months now. I kind of figured by now we would have really good patch fixes. I'm not sure that we do have really good patch fixes yet. Like I've always said, I think the game is totally fun and fine on its own. But I do notice, like, and I'm aware, it shouldn't be like this. And maybe you can forget it because it's so fun. And I don't know, like, life is kind of about finding your own happiness. So for me, if I can look past the performance issues and still enjoy the game, like, to me, that's okay. But I do have, like, I feel a bigger responsibility as, like, a Nintendo content creator and someone that views this scene and maybe even has some impact on other people. Like, I don't want this to be the norm where games just come out not running well, and then the solution is to remove stuff. Maybe I'm making a bigger deal out of it than I should be, but to me it just seems so weird when I read that we're removing Pokemon and people. I just don't think that's how you improve your game. I get that's how they fix the crash, but then it makes it seem like they just rush jobbed this, and maybe they should have given it more time. Nintendo seems okay with a slower cadence of releases right now, so why didn't it get more time? I want to believe that the Switch just can't deal. And in that standpoint, goodness gracious, bring on the Switch Pro. Like, we need it. And maybe if they came out and said, like, it just can't deal, maybe more people would be accepting of, like, okay, like, they're just maxing this hardware. They're just maxing this hardware, because to me, if they're maxing the hardware and it just can't, I understand. But if it's because of a lack of effort, a lack of foresight, a lack of time, a lack of dollars invested, that becomes problematic, because this is the cash cow of all cash cows. This is the milk tank full of liquid gold, and a reduction of Pokemon and people kind of bugs me. But how do you feel? Do you think Nintendo could and should be doing better? Do you buy that maybe the Switch is just maxed out? Or is it fine for you that they're going to be reducing Pokemon and people displayed in towns and in the wild to prevent the game from literally crashing and breaking after release? 3 months and 25 million copies sold. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I hope they release DLC soon. I think like somehow that would be, if they can't really just make this better, if they can't just improve the performance straight up, then, like, let's just get to the DLC. And maybe they don't want to sell the DLC while it's still broken. So if they are trying, if this is really difficult, kudos to them. I hope they can figure it out. But I'm going to need more than removing characters to make the game not crash. Let me know your take. Thanks so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there, everybody. Love you so much. SwitchForce out.